Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've been on. I feel like I'm saying that like way too often these days, but hopefully like things will get a little bit back on track. However, the energy, let's say since, 2025 in general, let's be realistic, but like May, like on, it's just been like, I don't even know, something like you went from, what was it? Transitional May, right? Is what I called May. You had transitional May, you had integration. That's what I called it. Integration May. So you had integration May, June. I'm really not sure what June was. July was kind of like I don't even know what to describe July, but a lot like things came like to head in July, right? But nothing really 3D physical, which I thought was gonna happen, but that's kind of more like leaning into August. And here we are, August 22nd, and with the new moon coming in, and I don't know, like again, like for somebody as seasoned as me, if it's affecting me the way that it's affecting me, I can only imagine what it's doing to you guys, right? So, like, I am grounded 1 minute and then I am like seriously spiraling the next. And it's just so bizarre and like nothing that I've ever experienced before. So I can't even like say, oh, yeah, this is normal, this is whatever. It's just, I did hear, August was going to be like 2 months in one. First of all, let's just backtrack to 2025. 2025 in itself is like 10 years in one, right? I've said that probably before 2025, and I've said it since 2025. So here we are in August, right? So it's the 8th month of this year. And man, if this doesn't feel like, I don't even know, like August to me feels like 10 months in one in itself. So I don't know, like the whole point of August was the transition, right? It's the who you were, who you're becoming, and who you're, no, wait, see? It's who you were, oh my God, who you are now and who you're becoming, right? So it's a whole shit ton of transitions, right? I have to say the purging in August has been something so, I love to purge things, right? Not just physical purging, like of timelines and self and whatever, but like, as far as like assets of physical belongings, I always love to purge, but this time it's hitting like an all-time high. Like I am literally like, it's so bizarre on a level, and guys, if you like are with me on this and you think it's like so bizarre on a level that you can't even explain and you're a purger, please let me know, because I know I'm not the only one out here. Like literally just like even like baby stuff of my kids, if you have children and you save baby stuff, I'm just like, nope, not needed. Who wants to look back on that? It's ancestral karma. It's just it's time. It's time to let that go. Like it's time to throw it out. Like I said, like I'm on a whole other different level. Only taking what needs to be taken. I feel like, now in August, especially like around now, like the last 2 weeks, it's just been like more of a, sorry for the shakiness. I'm like literally holding the phone because I didn't really expect to record, but as source says, or, as source like in implements, you do, right? So I'm just going to switch hands and see if like, there we go. Okay. That could be a little bit better. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So like the past like 2 weeks, it's been more of a recollection of like how much like growth I've done in 2025, right? So like, let's say 2025, I started off right with 3 months in doing the podcast. Right? I just started the podcast. I had a partner, a co-host, a very amazing co-host. I ended April, which we talked about so much about things just shifting out of your life and just like being done, right? Like things just being done. We talked about so much on the podcast. So April was a huge game changer. as far as that, right? But let's just backtrack to just February. February, I started off doing like a masculine, like a whole entire workshop for sex alchemy for the divine masculines. And then that went nowhere. Like I literally didn't launch it. I was like kind of pushed into a different direction. That's always fun, right? Source has you do all this stuff, right? And you're like, okay, great. You're on it. You do it. It's like perfect. And then they're like, nope, you're doing something else. So then I moved on to, I don't remember what it was next because that one was so like whatever. But I remember in April I was working on some other project. And then I revamped my entire website in April, and I took off the membership and I just left it as is. So went total priestess style, and so everything's like fully accessible for everyone. So that was April. May was just integration May. June was something else. July I went to Europe. Let's talk about that. So in July, I went to Europe. I went to Paris, and then I went to London. And then I came back to New York. Talk about like horrible density coming back to New York after being in London. Oh God, I can't even tell you like how much I truly miss London. First time I was ever there, I was only there for 2.5 days. 2.5 days by myself. Like my kids were in London, but I did drop them off with my ex-husband, and I continued on my own way. And I can't even tell you the clarity that I felt while I was in London. Like I got a head to toe massage, a body scrub. I just was out and about and walking and taking tours, and just the entire vibe of London is just something else, especially when you're coming from New York, right? I mean, New York is like one of the most densest grids that there is in the US. And so yeah, and then I went to Paris, and Paris was even a transition, right? In Paris, after a while you really do fall in love, with yourself. Like you fall into all of the priestess codes that are, lingering all over, right? You have the whole rose codes, like all over Europe. You have that going on. And then going, and I think I mentioned this on the last podcast, but if I didn't, it's like when I was on the train going from Paris to London, out of nowhere, I felt like joy come over my entire body, like all my entire body. And I just got like so excitedly happy, and I don't even know why. And I remember turning to my daughter. My daughter was like, just now. I don't even want to hear what craziness is going to come out of your mouth. Just now. So there went that. But like the last night that I was in Paris, and I think we were there for like four days. The last night I was just like truly like selfie, and I don't post selfies. Like I'll take them for myself, whatever. But like I was just throwing them out there, posting them. I was just like so in love with love or myself, or I don't even know, like all wrapped up into the Paris thing. But anyway, so I knew going to Europe was going to be like a little bit more of a game changer, right, for me. And it did, right? It put me more confident, not in my boundaries, because I've been pretty firm with those this year. 2025 in itself has been, just a joyful time. Sorry, I'm switching my phone again. Okay, sorry. and then going to Europe, going to England, and then anchoring all of that in. And like I said, I had so much clarity while I was in London. It was like unbelievable, and I hadn't had that much clarity in forever. I was also experiencing, like, I felt the frequency shifting in myself. Like I literally felt like I was on a boat, right? And I am not a boat person, but it wasn't like I'm nauseous, I'm getting, I have to lay down, I have to whatever. I was just literally just stepping, and it like fully felt like, you were on a boat and you were shaking, one way to the other. Very interesting. And I was fluctuating. My DNA was, I was stepping, I was aligning. So then I got back to New York, and it was very interesting because I had to anchor, all of that when I got back to New York. So here I am like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, almost a month later. And it's been very hard trying to, still anchor that into, the 3D matrix in America, in New York, and be the single mom, trying to, still trying to get my shit back together for 2 years now, like doing all of that and trying to maintain like all of the codes that I downloaded, everything that I stepped into, the alignment, the everything, and how my, and still, my 3D reality is not matching, where I am, right? Where my frequency level is. So that's always interesting. And I know that that's probably happening to a lot of people right now. And as I'm making this video, I know that it's happening even like more intense, on a more intense level, because it's the new moon, and it's the new moon in August, which August is a huge transitional month. On top of that, it's a very like grounding, because you have Virgo coming in, right? And again, I always stress this, I'm not an astrology guru, so I'm just, don't take my astrology advice and words of wisdom, but, Virgo is grounding. It's you trying to settle in. So you have that going on in August as well. You have crypto, hopefully, finally taking off. I mean, I know a lot of us, not just me, but a lot of us out there, we're predicting summer being like the big time for crypto to blow up, like sort of like it did in 2021. And I'm seeing that it's like a little delayed, not saying that it still won't happen, during the summer, maybe a little bit more late summer, fall than anything. But guys, I'm with you. Like, I mean, I need crypto to go up just as much as anybody else does. And I need it to be like 2021 times 1,000. So there you go. But anyway, back to August. So August is a lot, right? So, right now you're in the grounding stage, and, the new moon is coming ripping through and literally taking everything that you're not taking into September out with you. And, it's interesting because, full moons are usually more about the release and the moving forward. This new moon is just taking everything that's not aligned with you is dropping, and it's like, bringing in the tower moments, and then it's, taking it out, and tower moments are always good. They may not feel good, they may not seem good at first, but they're always good. As far as divine unions, let's just touch on that for a second. Me, right? A person who used to get masculine downloads left and right, and divine union updates left and right, has kind of been like on a very huge standstill. So I'm a little jealous of like everyone who keeps getting those updates, but like they froze me. Council definitely froze me in action, which made me think twice, being that I was such a guru on this, and now all of a sudden I'm not. So hopefully maybe that'll pick up again after the new moon, and I could share an update. But I mean, there's so many people out there sharing updates as well. And again, like, a lot of us do get the same downloads. It's just interpreted a little bit differently. So you have that going on. So I really can't give an update unless they want one to come in. Yeah, I'm literally getting crickets. Like, they're showing me crickets. So I have no update on that, which makes me think that if you guys are close to divine union, that's probably most likely coming in with the new moon. So, try to stay into your feminine's masculine, try to stay into your masculine, and kind of just let that sink in as well. That's all they keep showing me, is just like the merging, the frequency of the merging. That's all I'm getting. That's like rude. Like that meme that just keeps going on, or that reel, like, that's pretty fucking rude. Like, that's how I feel right now. Like, that's just pretty fucking rude. So I'm gonna kind of leave you at that. I just wanted to come on and do a quick update and how crazy the frequency has been, but the severe grounding of it overall in the month of August. So maybe I'll call August. No, I can't grounding August. That doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna have to figure out something for August energy, but I will be back on definitely in September when my children go back to school and I actually have time to receive downloads, process them, although that's been happening like 1, 2, 3. I can't even tell you how fast. Definitely has escalated with the months of 2025, but just like time to like think when my kids go back to school. So I'll definitely be on again, bringing a lot more information, knowledge, wisdom, anything that will hopefully help you guys out along your journey. It's going to be a huge process moving forward. September, October, November, December. The end of this year is definitely going out with a bang. Lots of surprises, guys. Lots of blessings coming. A lot in the 3D physical, in your 3D physical reality happening. That I could guarantee. That's a 1,000% guarantee. Lots of movement is coming forward, and the more grounded you become, even after the new moon, the more it's like really going to come in, and you know, it is going to feel like it's going to come in all at once. So I know, like, you know, I'm in the position with you, right? I'm a little, oh, it was 15:44 when I just looked at the clock. 4:4. I don't know, my doubles. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Oh, so yeah, if you're like me and you're like, okay, so where is everything? You know, like, I'm on the frequency, like I've totally grown out of my reality. I've now anchored into my, you know, like where I'm supposed to be, but my physical 3D is off. I'm telling you, it's coming, and it's going to kind of come in like so fast that you're not even going to, you have to be ready for it. I know that the universe has like tested me a little bit, right? Sources sent in like little things here and there, and they're like, oh, can she handle the frequency? Can you know, like, can she maintain it? Can she maintain it? So I'm pretty sure you're being tested too. So keep your eyes out on that, your third eye out on that, your crown aware of that, and kind of just stick, you know, and rooted and grounded into your, you know, your sacral chakra, and, you know, eat light. Again, always about lighting, eat light, light exercising, lifting weights, you know, always a plus, although I haven't been able to do that either because my physical body's kind of just been on a very interesting level the last 2 weeks. But, you know, try walking out in the sun, you know, barefoot, you know, all those things that I always repeat. You know, just stay true to yourself. Always love yourself, right? Like, I mean, show yourself the most compassion, the most love. You know, you're worthy of everything and then some. So if you're just having like a little bit of a hard, rough month, a rough day, a rough hour, a rough minute these days, you know, and it'll pass, you know, all you have to do is just sit there, breathe, and shift the frequency. I mean, you have it in you to just shift the frequency, and that's all you have to say is, I am done with this. This is not what I want to carry anymore, and I'm shifting the frequency, and kind of just shift out the frequency. And for all of you guys hearing light language, I'm sure that's coming in even stronger these days. And if you're not hearing it yet, it's coming in, guys, so don't worry about it. And I think that's a wrap, because I wasn't really planning to hop on to begin with, but yeah. So love you guys so much. Sending you guys a ton of like fire and growth and anchorment, if that's even a word, but it is now. So I'm sending you guys lots of anchoring vibes. There you go. All right. Peace out, guys. Until next time. Bye.